Hello? That is one hide title, hello. Well, I don't know. I just thought I would make it, interesting. But yeah, we are going to play a Liminal Cowboy. Hmm. Since this is for YouTube, I don't know if I should make the intro right now. Actually, no, I will make it later. Either way, this is the game, so let's get into it. Oh, it is plus 18? Damn. Harassment, sadism, loud noises. Oof. Should I put a warning? In the Wild West, what could leave the sick from the bed better than any medicine? Um, should I put a warning? Cause it is plus 18. I am in art jail. Back nice. So I was asking, should I put plus 18? Should I make it only plus 18? Because they did show what is it called? They did show the a warning basically. Maybe. I think there is a toggle on Twitch when playing plus. Yeah, but like. And where do I find this toggle? I think I have to go to edit stream info and then it doesn't let me, unfortunately. Oh, okay, I found it. I found it. Okay, so I have to do a short rated game. Okay. Oh, why doesn't it let me select that? It is not letting me select my short rated game. Oh, maybe because my category is just shutting. But I cannot. I don't know what category to put it on. Because this game is not on Twitch. Googling, apparently Twitch decides it on its own based on the game you play. Yeah, but I put just chatting because I couldn't find the game, so since I couldn't find the game, I basically put the category. So do I change it? But if I do change it, what do I change it to? Like games or hold on. Game. This, but that is not the game I am playing though. In the game, like, is there is there not a category for like any game? Like any random game? Does it have to have like a specific name? Games. Okay, I think it is this. Okay, yeah, it is games plus demo. Okay, done. Nice. Oh yeah, true. You also said it games plus demo. Okay. So now we can start. So in the Wild West. Oh, hold on. I forgot to record. Oopsie. Start recording. Okay, nice. Now I am recording. It worked. I had to click confirm that I'm in my sure audience. Lol, nice. Okay. What gave exhausted workers faith in a dream? It is something that lives in the heart of anyone who still believes in romance. And that very thing was the spirit of adventure born in the age of hunting the supernatural. A sudden devilish plague overturned ordinary life and stirred people to the core. Magical artifacts appeared, making life easier, and demons that granted wishes. Once humanity wanted nothing to do with any of it, but now it wanted no other way to live. Every mystical phenomenon was declared outlawed, and the bounty was placed on subduing it. A lone hunter famous across these parts never shared those romantic views of misfortune. His heart did not race at the thought of glorious adventure, even though even though he knew a thrill of his own, one sparked by the rings of gold coins. Tyrion Lambert had only one goal: to live rich and carefree. He took the hardest job, and no matter how rough the road, he always got results. If you saw a bounty flyer in his hand, you could treat the case as closed. But even his hunter had an unbeatable enemy: bureaucracy, paperwork, broken systems, and all the other courses of local banks led to one thing only: empty pocket. One day the bank gets robbed, the next day criminals escaped. His bad luck with bounties is basically a local anomaly at this point. You want to invite him along? Nasty, nasty tempered too. Oops, sorry. Some people are into that. But do not worry, my hired friend. I am a former banker. I know the system from the inside. With my connections, we will get paid fast. Are you going to explain the job or not? Why call me an ordinary laborer? Haha, of course, listen carefully. A waitress passing by was clearly listening in. There is a legend in this land about a mansion that holds a treasure of luck. Its corridors are endless, its rooms are grim and full of madness. Time tangles there, and the road itself forgets where it begins and ends. Many tried to reach the artifact, but out of hundreds, only two survived. None of this sounds reliable. I refuse. Oh, I understand. It sounds terrifying. But I bought information from that surviving pair. You will not find a more profitable job in the whole country. I remember how you worked day and night for your family, old friend. With a seasoned hunter, we will crack this case in no time. The miner lowered his head deep in thought. I need to speak with my family. If Tyrion comes, I understand. Then 2 days from now, 6 in the morning, behind the bank on the outskirts, I expect everyone there. Nice. Is everyone here already? Oh, Bagel, Leila, you did come after all. Glad to see you. We are waiting for the hunter. We wait another 30 minutes, then we go. And what is the waitress doing here? I am going to chase my dream. A little luck and I will be a star on stage. Oh, she's so cute. You are not the one who needs luck. The people auditioning... And the people auditioning you are? Eh? Wait, is that English? You are not the one who needs luck. The people auditioning you are? I don't know, that sounds weird. That sounds kind of weird. I don't know if that is English. That voice of yours shattered my beer glass at the tavern. And then I bought you 2 more. The people conditioning you are... Ah, the people conditioning me are the lucky ones. Oh, okay, I understand. Okay. And then I bought you 2 more. I packed provisions for all of you. And I have my own horse, so quit grumbling. Food is a sacred thing. Okay, so after 10 minutes... Hey Leila, got anything to eat? What is wrong with you? It has only been 10 minutes. After 20 minutes... Told you these loners are complete trash eaters. Keep that up and you will be eating dirt from hunger yourself. Loleya, where does such a refined lady get such a colorful vocabulary? He gets to talk like that, but I do not. At least I say bad words with style. No, you do not. You do not. Okay, 29 minutes after. Ugh, I am tired of waiting. Only 1 minute left. At least an apple. Look, someone is coming that way. No, they are running. Do not go back, Lee. My heart will break if anything happens to you. We will manage somehow. I will be right back. Okay. Shaila, you have seen our children. We do not have long, but their whole lives are still ahead of them, and they deserve to live them. This whole venture is far too risky. We will find another way. My love, I have made up my mind. If the hunter comes... Hey, who wakes people up this early? 6 a.m.? Do you want people to be shooting at each other with their eyes closed? Tyrion, it is you. The sooner we start, the sooner we finish. It will be hard to work in the heat. If not harder than my irritation at being woken up early. You are the hunter Tyrion, right? Please keep an eye on my husband. You are a fine cowboy. My husband, while strong, is just a simple laborer. My love, go back to the children. Everything will be fine. A big guy is responsible for himself. He will not do anything stupid. He will survive. Please, I am very afraid for him. I cannot lose him. Oh. Actually, what do I do? You know what? I'm going to promise. I'm going to be like, yeah, I will make sure he survives. Oh, nice! Plus mentality. I will cover him if I have to, but do not expect the same from the others. Thank you. The wife of the miner looked at her husband with sorrow and gently touched his hand, while the others climbed into their saddles. The couple froze in a tight farewell embrace. I will come back. We ride out. Tyrion glanced back at the bank with open contempt. Sitting in the saddle, he spat toward the sign in disgust. Look at that. Did not even smell it. Okay, 8 p.m. All this time has passed and I still cannot get your wife Badongas out of my head, Bagel. Lucky bastard. Ugh. To be fair, his chest is not bad either. Not for me to judge, men are not my type. You should be well-rounded in all things like me. Oof. Eddie slouched even more than before and let out a short laugh. From time to time he glanced at the hunter trying to think of a way to needle him. Tyrion kept staring into the distance, steady and straight back. Sir, forgive my wife for this scene. I do not intend to trouble you. I am sure we will not have extra trouble. We are not as weak as we might seem. The only one I worry about is our lady. I want all of us to keep an eye on her. You would not leave her in trouble, would you, Tyrion? What difference does it make? She has arms, legs, and a holster. When we find the treasure, what would you do with your lock? Oh, so what does that miracle even look like? The treasure is a flowered cross, about 2 meters tall. Its German name is Blumenkreuz. Legend says it absorbed countless prayers of purified souls and flowers bloomed upon it. Any pollen that settles on a person grants luck until it is washed or blown away. Beautiful legend. Lame. The first to find the cross was the great adventurer Tyrion, famous across the entire West, an elusive hunter who uncovered countless anomalies. I heard from the 2 survivors that they saw him there. Hiding from the authorities, I heard he owns a huge sum of money. Impossible, he never came back for bounty payment. That is true, and that is part of his fame. Tyrion, do you know him well? Why would I? I remember you had a little newspaper with him on the front page. Did they write anything interesting about him? It is only the innkeeper's son's paper. I have no interest in tabloid nonsense. Haha, children love him. Maybe we will run into him there. Eddie's horse suddenly reared and whined. Unable to hold on, Eddie hit the ground hard. The other horses stopped in silence. Looks like we are here. Loleia. Oh, Loleia? Yeah. Loleia walked over to help Eddie up. He almost reached for her hand, then pushed it away at the last second and muttered, I can't get up myself. Eddie got to his feet and dusted off the desert sand. Loleia only shrugged. Eddie's attitude did not seem to hurt her much. Maybe she understood his awkward need to look tough, or maybe she was simply used to being treated that way. Besides, she and Eddie had only met for a couple evenings at the tavern and shared a drink once or twice. She might have wanted to befriend him, but she was a singer with a grand dream, while he was a hired gun who shot bandits for money. They felt too different, yet there was something wild and fun about Eddie that lifted her spirits. There is a hole behind the rock. It is the tunnel entrance leading to the mansion. Be careful and remember the main rule. This mansion is demonic, and it will try to influence you. Keep your mind on the goal and do not yield to temptation. What if every mirror in the shows giant... What if every mirror in there shows giant knockers? Then I am beyond saving. Anyway, if we know disaster is coming, that means we can avoid it, right? What is this game? Hey, hi, Sheld. Hello. I don't know. I did find it on itch.io, so I thought it looked interesting. And basically, we are about to rizz someone. I don't know who yet, but I think we can romance like demon or something. I'm not really sure, but it is for a mature audience because there is harassment, sadism, and some really plus 18 stuff. So yeah, just stopping in to say hi, then have to deep. Hello, hi, thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I don't really know what will happen, and I am going in completely blind. So anyway, if we know a disaster is coming, that means we can avoid it, right? I think so too. Naive. Exactly. Total naivety. That is what I'm saying. One pair in the mirror and I am done for. And one more rule, do not take anything from the mansion, only the cross. What? We are not stealing anything? No one knows what might happen. Better not take unnecessary risk, my friend. Leia took the provisions of her pale-maned horse and heaved them onto her shoulder. There was so much food she swayed backward and nearly fell. Eddie burst out laughing. You are no bag howler, little Lady Twig. Then who is you? Not me either. What do I do? Do I help or do I not? Actually, not my business. Don't care. Oh, plus mentality with him, damn. I will carry it. My back is not what it used to be. But I will not let anyone else hurt theirs. You have to try steal something now? Yes. It seems I have to steal something. You know that tide. You know that tide? Or you mean you know that right? I think you meant you know that right. The ground moved deeper into a narrow tunnel of red brick. Torches lit the wall from within. Who had led them here? Some unknown force or a human hand? The uncertainty, the uncertainty sent chills through them. Damn, I read so badly. Either way, the piercing drafts that occasionally escaped the ominous darkness only deepened the chill. 9 p.m. Right? Okay. This is impossible. Why is it taking so long? I have not eaten in 3 hours. Something about this is strange. Maybe the mansion grew longer with time. I was told some rooms and hallways felt endless. Looks like the tunnel stretched too. Then it is snack time. Leia carefully set down the provision bag and reached inside. Give me something meaty. Coming right up, I cooked for you all night. Oh hell! Leia jerked her hand back. What is it? In there, something is moving in there. Ooh, oh, what the fuck? Ew. Fat white larvae withered inside. Every fruit and vegetable was covered in black, stinking mold. Damn. What the hell did you pack for us? It was not like this, I swear. This cannot be. Leia covered her mouth, looking ready to vomit. Sure, great provisions, huh? You scooped up rotten leftovers from the bar and shoved them on us. Already demonic? She remembered perfectly how she had worked over those dishes through the night. Feeding the stove, knitting dough, carving meat, wrapping pies in her mother's kitchen cloth at dawn. Oh, that is so sad. But what happened though? Why did the food all of a sudden get so weird? She had wanted to be useful to the team and gave cooking the whole night. Notes of effort and care had sweetened the smell of fresh rolls and roasted meat of which there is no trace left. Now that same food stirred only nausea, and Leia could no longer hold it back. Oh, this cannot be. Leia would never set us up. Remember what they said about this place? Time flows differently here. That is why the food spoiled. Wiping her mouth, Leia managed a weak smile. Even so, I let you down. If I had brought canned food, we would not be starving. Oh, just throw that course away, dead weight. Ugh, I feel bad for her, yeah. That is unlucky. Lambert looked at Leia as she wiped the corners of her eyes with her fingers. He lifted the food bag by the strap and looked inside again. The sight was foul, larvae crawling out and dropping to the ground. Eat a piece of pie? Ew, the fuck? Hell no. Throw the bag away. Lambert tossed the sack away from the ground. Leia took a few steps toward her unfortunate handiwork, hoping it had all been some cruel prank. But the banker pulled her hand away. Hungry, they continued through the tunnel. Damn. Dining room? Ooh, okay. Bagel cautiously opened the door. Inside was a spacious room with a dining table at its center. The table overflowed with elaborate dishes, and the aroma of dog and wine tempted empty stomachs. Ooh, that is why the food was rotten. I think what the demons did, they make so that anyone that comes into their mansion, they basically rot all their food and lay out like good food, so they fall for the temptation and then they can get poisoned or something. I don't know. I don't like Eddie kill him. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Is hungry? Tyrion watched indifferently as the team approached the table. Despite their distrust of the place, they were clearly ready to put aside their doubts at the moment's notice. You see these covers, yes? Wanna check what is under them? 6 cloches stood on the table. My friend, those covers are called cloches. If you want to check, be my guest. What if a swarm of flies burst out? Or something worse? Just a swarm of flies? What is scary about that? Or hornets? Eddie swallowed hard. Well then, so nobody wants to try? Shall we move on? Bagel nervously fidgeted with the corner of the tablecloth, struggling against the enticing smell. The miner was a big man who ate a lot, and hunger hit him hard. Ooh! No, he's so nice though. I don't want to lose him. He's such a nice person. The big man was ready to take a risk, but first he needed to know what traps might be hiding under those silver covers. What is this sheep slop? Potato soup? I thought the dishes were. I thought the dishes here would be fancy as hell. Eddie lifted the cloche next to the wine bottle. Like my stepmother used to make. Oh, okay. Eddie's face twisted for a moment. Well then, I shall open mine. My, judging by the smell, this is apple meringue. I remember a place where this dessert was worth its weight in gold. What kind of place is that? In your bank or what? Vetor only smiled in reply as he poured himself wine. Tyrion took a lone seat and watched in resignation as Vetor and Eddie dug in with ease. Leia sat quietly inspecting her cloth from every angle. She sniffed it, tapped it, picked through a gap, and finally gave in to her appetite. Wow, Italian pizza with sausage and herbs. I always wanted to try one like this. Hey, give me a piece of that sausage pie of yours. Glutton, you get the tiniest piece. Tyrion noticed that Bagel, seated on his left, still held back from his cravings and only stared sadly at his plate. Your meal is different from the others. Yeah, I think each dish means something. Bagel swallowed nervously. They used to serve this potato soup for lunch in the mines. Strange to see it again after so many years. You said yourself you were ready for the mansion surprises. Right, true, but I will not eat it. This soup, the potatoes in it are poisoned. Why are you so sure? 6 years ago, in the mines where I work, they discovered a previously unknown mineral. We workers did not know it was of magical origin, oh my god, though we suspected it. They raised our wages and improved conditions, and we kept digging in silence. But they never added any meat to your soup. But the mineral's fumes were easily absorbed by starch, and our lungs began to fail. As if that were not enough, it was not only us who fell sick, our families did too. My wife and newborn daughter are fading day by day. I left the mines, but treatment is expensive. That is why I am here. Oh, my cousin, you are not to blame you are not to blame for what you could not have known. The banker narrowed his eyes and smiled, looking at the covered plate set for the hunter. Not curious what is under there? Still, cousin, your potato soup is clearly from the days before the food was poisoned. I think the mansion is telling us the food here is safe. Though Vector addressed his cousin, he kept his eyes on Therion. It was as if he was waiting for something or experiencing it. Bagel kept studying the soup in confusion, occasionally glancing at the hunter. The hunter's decision seemed to matter most to him now. No, I am not going to eat. I'm not going to eat. Labert kept sitting with his arms folded, unmoving. Vetor's words did not affect him at all. The big man straightened up and moved his soup saucer farther away. The team leader only shrugged and took a sip of wine. A wave of heat washed over the hunter's back, as if someone unseen stood very close. How is your meal, guest? Oh, this is the waiter. What is this? Service staff? Are you a real person, not an apparition? There cannot be servants in here. I serve the mistress of this mansion. She learned you were coming and asked me to set the table. Of course, she knows your thoughts. This is a mystical mansion. So order whatever you like. You mean we did not come here to die but to a local resort? Do not try to sweet talk us. But you already started eating, right? If you do not believe me, I can taste every dish. That would certainly strengthen our relationship. The young man stepped to the table and sampled every open dish until he reached for Eddie's stew. The mercenary pulled his plate away and squealed. I already got it. Everything is fine. You do not need to taste it. Bring me a steak, rare, so bloody it runs down my cheeks. After ordering, Eddie glanced at the cutlery and with a quick motion slipped silver forks into his pocket. And do the others desire anything? I would have a martini. I want pizza, but with a different flavor and different... different, definitely. And definitely Italian, lol. Just a glance of clean water for me. Just a glass of clean water for me, sorry. The waiter's gaze fell on Therion. The hunter did not even look at him. The young man stepped over the hunter's legs and moved closer, blocking his view. You are hungry, right? The mistress said you ate less than anyone else. Maybe you will choose something? Meat pie? Oh, did I guess your favorite dish? The waiter stared at the hunter's face for suspiciously long. I mean, that scar on your face. So, you are that boring hunter. Boring? I will bring your food. A few minutes later, the waiter returned with a tower of trays pressed up to his chin. One wrong move and the whole mountain of dishes would explode across the dining hall. No matter how wide Eddie's smug green oh my god. No matter how wide Eddie's smug grin stretched, he kept himself in check and patiently waited for his steak. Soon every dish found its owner, and they began eating at once. Lambert remained seated with his arms folded. You are not eating? No. Your dish was prepared with special care. Won't you at least try it? No. Come on, the food is fine. And look, the boy alive. The road is rough. You should eat. I can even break you off a piece of my steak. Oh my god! Ew! Here, eat. Good night, fishy. Good night. Thank you for coming. Sweet dreams and good luck at work. Bye bye. But yeah, what the fuck? There are maggots. Your steak has worms in it. Trivial. This drink. Strange taste. Like donkey peas? It didn't bother you much. God. Oops, awkward. Looks like the food spoiled sooner than expected. You. Eddie shot up from his chair and strode toward the waiter. Stop. A revolter muzzle pressed into Eddie's stomach. You pointed a gun at me? Pointed at him. One eye, you said you would taste everyone's dishes. You have not touched mine yet. Open it. Huh? Lift the lid. The waiter lifted the metal lid. Beneath it lay a rotten piece of pie, gnawed by worms. Force him to eat or let Eddie hit him? Ooh. See, it was a trap. Yeah, it was a trap. Yeah, puking emoji. Yeah, that was so disgusting. That was so disgusting. But force him? Okay, I will force him. Go ahead, tell me how it tastes. Take a bigger bite, bigger. The waiter's face twisted in disgust. He grabbed a full chunk and bit into the pie. Now shoo. I am about to be sick myself. Swallow. The waiter closed his eyes, trying to hide the revulsion he felt. He froze, unable to force it down. The hunter drew his revolver and pressed the barrel to the waiter's throat. Need help swallowing? Lambert felt the barrel shift, so the waiter had done it. A chair trembled underfoot, everything around them shook, and glasses crashed to the floor, scattering shards and spilled wine. An earthquake? People in the room looked around in panic until Vetor noticed shadows thickening near the arch. Something dark is coming our way. Damn, this is dangerous. You need to get back to your seat and freeze like statues. Eddie rushed to his seat without argument, and the waiter hid under the table. Tyrion immediately grabbed him by the collar. Why should we trust your words? A young woman burst from the darkness, clearly shaken by something. Shadows are coming. You need to run from here. Well, now a lady in distress. Run where? Back? Yes, there is nowhere else. The shadows will not enter the tunnel, but they can block the mansion door, and you will not get back in for a long time. The hunter lowered his gaze. At his knees crouched the waiter, begging not to be given up. Who should he trust? Uh, hmm. I mean, I will definitely not trust this random lady. Like, I just met her. I mean, and okay, we basically just forced him to eat the rotten pie, so he might have like a grudge against me. So I don't know. I am back. Hey, welcome back. You might be the great darkness. Oh, yeah, true. Okay. And it does make sense because she came from the direction of the darkness. So how come she survived, if that makes sense? Yeah, I will trust the guy. We stay put. To hell with that. This is creepy. I am out. Eddie bolted instantly and vanished beyond the entrance door. Do not move. The girl shouted while hiding by the room entrance. The tremor grew stronger and darkness began to swallow the room. If you lied, I will find you in hell. You would go there for me? Several shadows burst from the dark. Their silhouettes slid over sheer backs and wrapped around the guests' spines. The ground stopped shaking, but inner tremors remained. Sweat pouring down her forehead, Lolea clearly regretted not following Eddie. The shadows crawled toward the door. Behind them came the worried voice of the girl. No, they are trying to break through the door. She clearly needed help, and Tyrion had only one option. Throw the waiter to them, stay where you are. Uh, I think I will stay where I am. Yeah. Like, why would I throw the waiter? Because the waiter is the only. Right now, he's the only person that can explain to me what is going on. So I wouldn't want to lose his partnership or whatever. Because without him, how am I supposed to understand what is going on right now? Or maybe he might be manipulating me. I don't know. You know what? I will just stay where I am. Uh, Labert did not know her at all and had no intention of taking risk. If she had been in this mansion before, she should be able to hold her own. Yeah. The cowboy felt the brunette rising from under the table. Hey, shadows! What are you? Tyrion pinned the young man against him, legs locked behind his back. The shadows were already sliding along the edge of his cloak, seeking the voice. The hunter held the waiter by the back of his head, hardly out of protection. He was ready to feed him to the shadows at any moment. Are they gone? The brunette beneath gazed into the hunter's eyes. His brows seemed to bespeak regret, and he whispered a plea. Pray, speak not for me to her. Wait, what? Speak not of me to her. Okay. Sleeping betwixt the... Betwixt? I think he meant between. Sleeping between the hunter's legs, the youth emerged from the far end of the table and began waving his arms. As soon as the shadows turned their attention to him, he fled deeper into the mansion, luring the foes after him. From behind the door emerged a maiden. Thus they have departed. This well, eh? 'Tis well that ye are unharmed. That was Perilio. I am I am having a brain lag. 'Tis well that ye are unharmed. That was Perillos? I don't understand the sentence. Apparently, betwixt is an old form of between. Oh, okay, I see. I learned something today. Me too. It is the annoying dead Tarun guy again. Wait, let me think. Which person? I don't remember. I don't know the reference you had. I don't know the reference. With the old English. Oh, the guy that would say the. Yeah, whenever he would speak with a British accent, yeah. What in the world was that? And that fellow, Bigul, having heard the waiter's plea, clapped Victor on the back. That lad, Eddie, where is he? Methinks he fled into the tunnel. Eddie burst suddenly into the room, breathless. Well, what about those shadows? I am ready to battle. And where was thou before this? Uh, I needed to gather my spirit, load the gun, all that. I think this is not Eddie. I feel like this is a demon. I think as soon as he went to the tunnel, he got killed, and then the person that we are seeing right now is a demon. Though did not become a hero in time. What a pity. Grrr. Dear lady, would you introduce yourself? My name is Maria. I have wandered this mansion for a year and understand some of its logic. You came for the treasure? Yes, dear, exactly. No matter how hard you try, you will not reach it. Nor will you get out. What? This place opens beginning and end only after taking 3 souls. One of us must stay here so the others can leave. What? Vector, did you know this? The survivors never mentioned anything like that. Maria shuddered. But there is still a path to the treasure. I can be your guide. What a luck that we found you. Yeah, she's going to backstab us. There's no way. I mean, look at her. She literally looks like a blonde bimbo. And like there's no way she survived alone. Like in this mansion with the demons and stuff. The girl answered with a sweet smile. Yeah, she's definitely going to backstab us. Then Maria also put her asset sliders all the way to the right. Yeah, those assets were expensive. Lol. The team entered a vast hall of columns at whose center rose a staircase vanishing into pitch darkness. On the first step, the view did not widen. On the contrary, the staircase seemed to stretch into nowhere. At this at the second landing, the path split in 4 directions. A dark-haired young man sat on one of them. Oh, there is the waiter. So he's alive. Thank God for that. You little bastard, I will get you now. You should not trust strangers. He could have summoned the shadows to confuse you. Right, neither of you inspire trust. How interesting. Perhaps you can tell us how you got here. The last team left me behind, my fiancé. Chose someone else. Oh, that is awful. I can't imagine what I would do if my wife left me. How could anyone leave such a lovely woman? My sympathies, dear. Marie's face did not twitch. She kept drilling the brunette with her eyes. What about you? My name is Christian. I stayed here for someone. There is someone else here? There is, but not exactly alive. Then what is the point of staying? You are talking nonsense. I don't buy it. Haha, sure. The abandoned fiancé story does sound sadder. If you get Maria to the end, I promise I will give my soul to the mansion. Yeah, like we believe that. What do you gain by giving your life? I am already as good as dead. See? One eye gone, desire to live gone too. So you are dead inside? The young man laughed. No, I am very much alive. I can't tell a joke or something. My life just reached its end. It happens. I did not understand the thing. My jokes are foreigner anyway. I am afraid this discussion is wasting time. We have four stairways ahead. Let's split up. Maria gracefully traced her fingers across the hunter's arm. Hell no! May I go with you? Hell no! Definitely not. Move her hand away. Yeah, move her hand away. Come along, but do not get in my way. I am not here to replace your fiancé. I wasn't trying to. Ah. One Eye. One Eye and I are going to have a joke contest now. Whoever has the longer and funnier one wins. You underestimate me. I know a lot of them. And I know the best ones. Snickering, the two men walked off along one of the stairways. The waiter's voice echoed from afar. So a woman walks into a restaurant and sees a guy with a piece of meat. I will tell you one about your mama right now. Their voices faded into the mansion's darkness. Mr. Hunter, I have heard about you. Why did you decide to enter this mansion? As always, for money. But this time you came with a team. Are you afraid of something? And I see you are not even trying to hide your own motives. I knew you were more observant than the others. I like testing you. You want out of here more than anyone else. Any idiot can see that. I do, but I am not a monster. I believe we can become friends, especially you and me. I have heard stories about you. Any woman would be intrigued by a cold-blooded hunter with a broken heart. I don't care for that kind of nonsense. And you know suspiciously much about me. My fiancé was a hunter too. He considered you his main rival. His name was Gorsese. Know him? Rival Gorsese? That idiot who's always in my face, ruining my mood with his smug look, and then ends up in a pile of trash or cow shit because he couldn't even fasten his boot? Maria laughed sincerely. I needed to hear that. Alright, I won't push you. My fiancé bragged he was the only one worthy of matching you. So there is no one equal to you at all? Don't try getting close to me with flattery. Talk about yourself. You are interested? Every man I knew liked talking about himself, not listening to others. The girl seemed distracted. She stepped back and suddenly bumped into someone. Behind her stood a man covered in horrific burns. Oh, damn. He grabbed Maria and hauled towards the railing. More figures in prison uniforms rose from below. Behind you! Three men seized Tyrion from behind, trying to choke him with iron grips. His revolver slipped free and clattered down the stairs, leaving the cowboy unarmed. He knew he'd get out, but at what cost this time? Then a deafening gunshot thundered out. One attacker dropped, letting Tyrion break free. Peering into the dark, he could make out only powder smoke and the outline of a familiar hat. No way! A silhouette stepped from the shadows, cutting through the crowd of charred prisoners with ease. Tyrion froze. He tracked every movement, greedily taking in each line of the hero's body. Those honed motions stirred awe. Stirred awe. Amy even makes the sound effect. Lol. Oh, wait, is this Gorsese? I think this is his rival. Without thinking, the hunter reached out, as if to confirm by touch this wasn't a mirage, but the figure was too far away. Help! They have got me. They swarmed the girl, trying to bury her in the mob and tear her apart. He had to choose whom to help. I don't know. Do I trust Maria? No, I don't know. I don't know. She seems too suspicious, so I am going for the adventurer. Shoving prisoners aside with his elbow, Tyrion surged forward, ignoring Maria's hand, reaching desperately for help. Part of the mob that had swarmed the girl turned on Tyrion. He held his ground to the last, carving deep cuts into his enemy. By the time the hunter forced his way to the adventurer, his legs were buckling. Prisoner bites burned as if venom spread through his veins. The adventurer caught Tyrion under the shoulders, keeping him upright. Holding him close like a defenseless child, he kept firing for both of them from a higher step. Tyrion could hear the hero's heartbeat. Calm and steady, the adventurer stayed focused unlike the veteran hunter, whose own heart was ready to burst from his chest. He wasn't afraid to look weak before him, and that gave him a peace head. And that gave him a peace head never known. Head? What does head mean? I think he meant that gave him a peace he'd never known. He'd never known. Gathering his will, he gripped his knife again, ready to carve burnt flesh as many times as needed. The prisoners were clearly the creation of the mansion, yet they remained dangerously strong. One of them snatched the hunter's knife and swung it at the adventurer. Tyrion reacted instantly. With one hand, he grabbed his enemy's wrist, and with the other, he clamped his grip around the hero's neck and blade. Around the hero's neck. Punct. The blade sliced across his palm and clattered down the stairs. Okay, I need to drink some water. I need to drink some water because my throat is like dry as fuck from too much talking. You're like your lol teammate helping a girl. I mean, she seemed sketchy. I don't know. For me, it seems like she's about to manipulate me. Okay, let's continue. Where is the girl? In the crowd. You left her to die? The adventurer's voice was hoarse, but outrage raised it by several tones. And driving through the mob with his shoulders, the hero pushed towards Maria, dragging the hunter with him. The girl sat below, motionless. The prisoner seemed to stop noticing her. The adventurer braced against Lambert, shielding both him and Maria with his body. Quiet, stay still. His voice came right by the ear, loud enough to disorient the body. He gripped the hunter as if he were a restless, unruly boy. Let go. The adventurer bluntly pressed a palm over Tyrion's mouth. Maria's arm curled softly around his shoulder, as if asking him to obey. The crowd pounded the adventurer's back with their fists and feet, but he managed to keep his balance. The blows weakened and their thunder faded. Bagel's voice rose from below. Are you all right? The silhouettes began to vanish. Yes. The adventurer released them and disappeared at once, slipping over the railing into darkness. We found the way out. Are you hurt? Everything is fine. What were those things? Were you attacked too? Eddie ran up and said he saw people in prison uniforms. Are they illusions? Yes, most likely I never saw them before. They may be tied to someone's memory. Prison uniforms. I know only one of us who. Ah, it is not my place. Someone could die from this. It concerns everyone, so talk. I will talk to him myself. Give me time. Just don't delay that talk. The team regrouped at a fork of a stairway. Phew, good, you are alive. Where is the kid? Well, we were trading jokes. Mine was a local classic about hunters. His was something from his part about a bar. At first, we kept finding toys along the way. Eddie abruptly fell silent. And where did he go? Then those burnt monsters showed up. The kid told me to run and said he would handle it, like he'd seen them before. Not the first time. Maybe they are those the mansion hasn't fully consumed yet. You of all people should know who they were. Bond convict? I have no idea what you're talking about. You think I set some prison on fire? No, Vector, no one thought that. Good, we checked all passages. That means the only correct route is where the waiter stayed. Let's hurry there and get him. Tim boldly stepped ahead up the stairs, but no one was there, neither convicts nor the waiter. Looks like the kid got caught. Doubt it, he's clearly been here before. Right, exactly. We will meet again and I will finish that joke for him. Punchline's a killer. My dear, where does this stairway lead? No one answered. Maria? Ah, this mansion pulls images from the minds of all living guests. People like you and me. Some spaces stay unchanged, like the mirror corridor or memory rooms, but others are completely unpredictable, so be ready. Jail. The unfamiliar place reeked of damp. Brick walls were dimly lit by the firelight, and the web of chains stretched across the ceiling, humming under the wind like taut strings. The cold draft and ringing metal raised goose flesh. Prison cells began to emerge in the walls. So what? One of you did time? If anyone did, it was you. Me? Everyone fell silent. Silence means agreement. Damn all of you. Bagel glanced at Vector. Without his money, Bagel's family would have become names carved on a stone grave long ago. The cousin had always found money for relatives, but those very financial schemes sent him to prison, and he changed deeply afterward. Hmm. Vector tried to remain the same kind and understanding relative, yet sometimes a frightening rage flashed in his eyes, surfacing through tense brow lines and a wet gleam in his lid. At moments like that, the banker would simply close his eyes and smile. Bagel would obediently smile back. The big man felt the hunter's heavy gaze, squeezing his chest, and hurried to shift the conversation. Laia, have you tried performing in other towns? So basically, it was this guy that went to jail, and she keeps sending audition letters, and all she gets are rejections. Tough luck. It is fine. One day I will show up in person and make them listen. Those letters are just my first step. After that, I push straight through. It amazes me that no one takes you with a voice like an angel. More like a devil's voice. She shatters glasses in twos and threes. Not ordinary glasses either, sacred ones. What sacred glasses? Beer glasses. We hit a dead end. Oh, indeed, we missed something. Yes, the charge you served time for. What are you talking about? Fraud. Oh, so he was the one that. Oh, so it was him. Assaulting a police officer and insulting a judge. But you need not worry, it was all for family, right, Bagel? Vector truly is not a bad man. He made a mistake and paid for it. Exactly, I was released early for good behavior. I know how to build rapport with. Now don't tell me you have never seen criminals with burned bodies. I do not know them personally, but I think I'm starting to remember. Lambert frowned, clearly on alert. Oh, hmm. In the prison where I served, there was a punishment. Inmates had their limbs branded for various offenses. But as I said, I was very kind and virtuous. You can inspect my body, there is not a single burn on it. Hmm. It's sketchy. Vector began untying the scarf at his neck. No need, I believe you. Um, I mean, he went into jail because of fraud, though. So he might be lying right now, since he's a fraudster. I don't know. I don't know. I do want her to prove. Like, I cannot just believe him just like that. To be honest. Oh no, I have to make him strip. I don't have a choice. No. I'm not trying to see him naked, but I just need like hard proof that he's not lying, because he went to jail because of fraud. So um make him strip. Very well, I have nothing to hide. You may inspect everything. Maria turned away, covering her eyes with her hand. Check him. Me? Us? When? I will do it. Mercenary, keep an eye on him. Alright. Hey, why are you looking away yourself? I get all the dirty work? Damn. Yeah, he's clean. We are stuck, but I saw other corridors in some cells. I will check them. You stay here. Splitting up is dangerous. Maybe I should go with you. No. Stay here. I work better alone. The hunter turned to look for the corridor between cells. There you go. We are not exactly his idea of fun. I will sing so he can find us. Tyrion moved forward, but Maria blocked his way. If you go alone, I need to tell you something important. That cowboy figure you saw? Be careful if you meet him again. The mansion lures everyone into traps made from their own weakness. I never saw him before, so he may be your hidden desire. Oh, my hidden desire is a guy? Okay, not bad. That is nonsense. I know my weaknesses. That is not one of them. I am worried. What was his name? The adventurer's hero. The great adventurer. Gorzese never told you about him with that filthy mouth of his. He said chasing legends is a waste of time. Better to think about those beside you. That is the only thing he said that I agree with. Oh yes, a wonderful line. And he proved it beautifully when he dumped you for another woman. After all, he thought she was closer to him than you. Damn, why is he so mean? Like, bro, she's just trying to help you. Like, I trust instinct, not pretty words. So you saw him for the first time, same as the waiter? Yes. Did you say he saved me? Do not hold up the hunter. You can chat with me there. Maria gave a strange smile. The hunter turned without a word and headed toward the prison blocks. Not far from the dead end, Tyrion found that very corridor of prison cells. His leather boots, faithfully through 6 years, were worn but still ready to kick rusted arrogance out of iron bars. One kick was enough to bend the bars with a pitiful groan. The hunter stepped into yet another prison. The light here felt warmer, and the crimson blood on the walls looked fresh. Tyrion's hand began to itch. The glove leather was rubbing a wound, so he bared it. Suddenly, a soft whistle sounded. The hunter tensed up. The hunter lowered his palm to the revolver grip, took 2 silent steps, and snapped toward the bars. You, one eye. Alas, they apprehended me nonetheless, and confined me within a cell, and changed your clothes, and changed. Oops, I changed myself. So prisoners threw you in prison? How ironic. Ha ha ha, verily. They are the local sheriff's herin. The youth fashioned a pistol from his digit. Deemed you, I shall credit this tale. You said you saw them before, but that is impossible. They are products of Vector's mind. Why did you lie? Hmm. Well, he was not the only one who saw the bond victim. Not victims, convict. It is not their first time here. Thou dost prevaricate. The manor conjures visions solely from the consciousness of the living. Coming up with an excuse is hard. Or maybe I just do not want to. Do not try to act smarter than you are. Damn, you really exposed me. My name is Christian Kate. They locked me here so I would not interfere with you. How noble of them. Hey, maybe our first meeting was awful, but I was not trying to cause you trouble. Well, I was, but I still have not decided which side I am on. Huh, and what sides are there? If you persuade me a little, I might decide faster. You are an adventurer, right? You mean? Well, someone who loves adventures and hunting criminals. No, I am not an adventurer, I am a hunter. I work only for money. Really, I like the adventures themselves. So much to remember, so much to talk about. I do not like chatter. A quiet life matters more to me. The young man crawled to the bars on his knees, clearly interested in the conversation. Is that so? Then you need to free me and we will have one little adventure. You will definitely like it. Were you listening? I do not like adventures. Oh, oh, what is going on? Hold on. Why? Why all of a sudden he's like grabbing his shin? Uh, the hunter slid his bloodied fingers through the bars and gripped Christian's shin. Are you a vampire? Haha, almost. It is a funny story. One cold evening, I went to the pier to catch Mediterranean sea bass for dinner. Short version, the bass wasted no time. It jumped straight into my hands. Gunshots ring out. I turn, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a huge shaggy dog leap from the sea after the fish. My mic cuts at the end of some sentences? Really? Hold on. There should be a limiter though. Why would it be cutting? Why would my mic be cutting if I have the limiter so it doesn't go above a certain... I don't know. Like, hold on. Close, filters, noise gate limiter. Like the volume gets lower on the last word. The volume... Ah. Huh. Maybe it's because of the noise gate. Close threshold. Maybe the closed... what about now? Does it still do that? Like when I speak, does it still cut? It hasn't on your last two sentences. Okay. I will see if it does it again. Okay. Because I decreased the noise gate. So I think it might have been that was causing the issue. I am not sure. Well, I will continue then. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me know. Gunshot blah blah. More precisely, a dogman. The fish hides under my vest, and at the moment a bullet hits the dogman in the forehead. Bam! He falls into the river. You are welcome. Into the sea. Whether river or sea, he falls into water. I turn to see who fired, and there comes a gang of vampires. And why did they look? And what did they look like? With ruffles and tailcoats. Amazing. At that moment, the dogman rises with his last strength, and while I am distracted, drives his claws into my chest. I collapsed onto the pier. One vampire runs to me and listens to my dying speech about how I never fulfilled my dream. The vampire was moved. He had a very kind heart. He decides to sink his fangs into my wound to turn me, but turns out I was not mortally wounded. The werewolf dealt the fatal blow to the fish under my vest, not me. So the vampire drank his fish blood. The fish became a vampire, beat me, and I became half vampire. What the fuck? That is my kind of luck. I have never heard anything more absurd in my life. Of course not. You are the first I told it to. Sounds like those yellow press tales about the great adventurer, only worse. It is Amy's origin story if written by Dead God. You are lucky he's gone. Did you see him in the mansion? Christian moved eagerly to the bars, wrapping long fingers around the cold iron. The adventurer? I will tell you about him if you let me out. An earring, um, an earring, yeah, flashed in the half dark of the cell. The hunter tilted Christian's head aside to inspect it. And what is that? Did the jailers put the earring on you too? Not them. Stop teasing me. I can bite off a finger, you know. A finger, then. Uh. I don't know. I feel something romantic. Like, do I keep teasing him? Like, I don't know. It is giving BL. It is giving boys love. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I am enjoying it. I do like it, but yeah, do I back off or do I keep teasing? You know what? I will keep teasing. Ooh, nice. Tyrion stepped up to the bars so close that his coat leathered creaked on rusty iron. Christian's fingers were pinned to the grate, and the heat from the hunter quickly warmed the metal. His rough, hot fingers slid shamelessly across Christian's lower lip, forcing his mouth open involuntarily. Hold on. It is getting spicy. Yes. Hold on. Go on, bite. Hold on, why is it hot all of a sudden? No, I'm joking, I'm joking. Christian froze. The scent of tobacco and blood hit his nose, blurring his senses. His lips trembled. 2 fingers slipped slowly in, pressing his tongue and forcing a barely audible swallow. Oof, what is that sound? What was that sound effect? The hunter did not hurry. He slowly traced the pad of his thumb along a sharp, newly emerged fang. Blood mixed into the brunette's saliva tempted him to surrender to vampiric instinct and strip skin from those fingers. Unable to resist, he ran the tip of his tongue along the finger bone. Hey. Christian exhaled when Lambert finally pulled away, leaving a salty taste on his lips. I did not get to bite. Want me to put them back in, bro? What is going on? Okay, now I know why they said plus 18. Maybe I wasn't a mature enough audience after all. Yeah, it is getting spicy. Lambert narrowed his eyes, watching the wet shine on the young man's lips. Oh no, oh, and he's blushing, lol. No. Then tell me what you know about the mansion. I want to help, but... The young man crawled to the bars, chest against iron, his chest pressed to heated metal. I said I am still not sure which side I am on. Then you will have to prove your loyalty, since you refuse to speak. Christian's gaze failed to... Oh, hold on, let me restart. Christian's gaze failed under the tension, and he lowered his eyes, peeling his cheek from the bars. The brunette found his face level with the hunter's belt buckle. Embarrassed by the awkward position, he did his best not to show it. Proving something like that through bars feels wrong. Won't the bars get in the way? I prefer it through the bars. Bro, what are they talking about? What? What are they talking about? Like, hold on. Hold on, let's slow down. You are so obedient here. What were you saying? You like new adventures? Tyrion looked down at him, a smirk coloring his piercing gaze. Only iron bars stood between them, warmed by their bodies, and near his face the hunter's bloodied hand beckoned. All right, I swear I will protect you in this mansion. Oh, that was it? Okay. That was it. Bold words for someone behind bars. Lambert rummaged in his belt pouch and took out a curved black hairpin. Where is the way out of this prison? 3 cells past mine, there is another corridor. The exit is at its end. Where does it lead? Isn't that a lot for one tiny pin? The hunter stepped back and deliberately relaxed his fingers. The pin dropped a couple of steps from the bars. Tyrion turned and strode back down the corridor. Wait, I will tell you, there is a room with doors. The hunter only gave a cryptic grin. He did not admit that it was his last pin. You are back, hooray! Oof, that was intense. Leia rasped with joy. I hope my voice helped. Encourage her, yeah. It kept me going on the way. Leia smiled brightly and Maria seemed to light up too. The group headed toward the presumed exit. Lambert gazed involuntarily at the very cell where the prisoner should have been, but it was empty. For an instant, he caught the gleam of handcuffs, curiously hidden under straw. Look, the hunter smiled for a second. Remembered a joke? I wonder what kind of joke can make him laugh. About money, definitely a money joke. Demo ending to drawing closer to Christian. Oh, what? Oh, okay. That was it. There. I see. Oh, nice. Written by Bebak. Oh, it was a demo. Wait, that was sudden. I mean, yeah, it was a demo, so I guess it was bound to be short. But yeah, I was so invested in the story between Tyrion and the waiter. that was interesting. Lol. Either way, do I play again just to see the other choices? Do you want to look for other ending, or are you calling it here? Yeah, let me look for another ending. Yeah. Let me look for another ending. Yeah, but like, why is it rated plus 18 though? Like, I don't think I should have put plus 18 for this stream. Cause almost nothing happened. Yeah, there was like this tension, but it wasn't that that bad. So blah blah blah. We are just skipping through everything just to see the other choices. But yeah, other than that, I do think it was nice. Poor mouse left button getting abused. Oh, he does look good here actually. Yeah, I see why the waiter couldn't resist him. Like, look how handsome he looks. Stand my ground. Yeah, because I think last time I chose promise, so now I am going to stand my ground. So basically nothing happened. When I stood my ground, nothing happened. So I guess it doesn't affect the story. I guess it is just to have like more connection with the other guy or something. I'm not sure. But either way, nothing happened when I chose the other option. Uh, take the provisions. I will carry it, but only, but only until the first pass. Once the load gets lighter, you take it back. Lolaya nodded approvingly. Eddie pulled blah blah. The food is for all of us. I will carry it next. Ah. And I think right now I'm supposed to eat the pie. Yeah. Despite the food's foul, putrid appearance, Tyrion reaches into the sack. Tiny insect bodies writhe around his fingers. The hunter grabs a small, moldy piece of meat pie and bites off a third of it. What? Oh dear. I think I'm going under. My throat just locked up. Tasty. Huh? The pie is good. But it is. Eddie squeezed his eyes shut and reached into the sack. His face twisted worse than after his first shot of tequila. He pulled out another piece of pie and shoved it into his mouth without looking. Tasty, tasty. Oh, everyone is doing it. Oh. Oh, I think a larva crawled up my nose. Ugh. Then the scent of fresh baked bread hit their noses. Vector peeked into the bag. Well, now everything looks fresh again. No larvae, no mold. Uh, so it was the mansion's illusion. Good lord, what a nightmare. It felt so real. Oh my gosh, it was an illusion. They ate on the move, pushing deeper and deeper into the tunnel. Bagel cautiously opened the door. Inside was a spacious room with a dining blah blah. You see those covers? Wanna check what is under them? 6 clutches and blah blah. My friend, those covers blah blah. What if a swarm of flies? Or hornets? Wait then, so nobody wants to try, shall we move on? Nervously fingered with the cornerstone against the enticing smell. Miner. What? But he just ate. What do you mean? He literally just ate. And he's hungry again. Blah blah. What is this schlip slop? Potato soup? Blah blah. I guess he just repeats the same dialogue. Even though they literally just ate. Oh, by the way, is my mic cutting? Is it still cutting or is it good now? Eat the dish. Labert lifted the lid. Not anymore, it is good, nice. Labert lifted the lid and winced at once. On the saucer sat a slice of coffee cake with a candle in it. Will you blow out the candle before you eat? Vector quipped with a sly grin. The cowboy calmly pinched out the flame with 2 fingers, then flicked the candle into the wine glass Vector was about to sip. Breaking off a piece, Tyrion raised it gently to his lips as if guarding every crumb sweetness he had once shared with someone important. This is enough for me. A wave of heat washed over the hunter's back as if someone unseen stood very close. Okay, it was this. I already got it, everything is fine, you don't need to taste it. After ordering, Eddie glanced and the gun, blah blah. And do the others desire anything? I would have a martini. I want a pizza. Just a glass of wine for me. The waiter's gaze fell on Tyrion. The hunter did not even look at him. The young man stepped over the hunter's leg and moved closer, blocking his view. You are hungry, right? The mistress said you ate less than everyone else. Maybe you will choose something? Oh, so the dialogue doesn't change. So the dialogue doesn't change even though I choose other options. Hmm. Let Eddie hit him? Eating one piece of pie will not be enough. It is a demo. I guess that is why there isn't that much branching. Yeah, true. Do whatever you want with him. Eddie grabbed the pie and lunged at the waiter, throwing him to the floor. Now you will eat all the shit you fed us. He tried to force the pie into the waiter's mouth, but the man fought back whatever. Then Edward drew his arm back and punched him in the face. The waiter spat blood onto the floor, and Eddie smiled with satisfaction. A chair trembled underfoot, everything around them shook, and glasses, earthquake, whatever. Yeah, we have seen this. So, trust the girl. Tyrion seized the waiter by the collar and flung him straight towards the shadow. They detached from the door and rushed after their prey. The young man ran deeper into the mansion, pulling them away. The hunter rose from his chair and opened the heavy door. On the other side, the frightened girl pressed herself against it, chest rising slowly as she calmed herself. Are they gone? Yes. Was that not too cruel? We did not even know him. He literally fed us garbage. You sacrificed him for me? Or for Eddie? Speaking of which, where is he? Far away, a man's silhouette appeared from the tunnel. Oh, I stepped a couple of meters from the door and got lost. Them. Lost in the tunnel? How amusing. Dear lady, would you introduce yourself? My name is Maria. I have wandered this mansion for a year and understand some of its logic. You came for the treasure. Okay, so if we go for the lady, basically nothing happens. When we go for the lady, it basically skips all the other options and just goes straight to introducing her, if that makes sense. Victor, Mary, sure that I can guide you, blah blah. Blah blah. My name is, blah blah. Leave it. Then let's take the stairs. Blah blah. I knew you were more upset. I like testing you. Oh, yeah, she says the same thing. You want more needed? Yeah, she basically says the same thing, so it really doesn't matter what you pick, to be honest. Maria. Tyrion tightened his grip on the knife, carving through every enemy in his path. Maria's hand flashed once more in the crowd. He caught it and yanked her to him by the waist. In an instant, hey! He gave the pair a short nod. Freeze! Tyrion's heart skipped a beat. One moment to memorize that image disclosed. A hunter reached towards him to test whether he was real or just an illusion. The man reached back, ready to cut off any reckless move. Oh! But before their fingers met, Maria suddenly pressed her lips to Tyrion's, as if begging him to stop and not make a mistake. Bagel's voice came from below. Are you alright? Ah, the silhouette began to dissolve. Yes. The adventurer let them go and vanished instantly, slipping over the railing into darkness. We found the way out. Are you hurt? Everything is fine. What were those things? Were you attacked too? Eddie, Rano, blah blah? Yes, most likely. I never saw them before. They may be tied to. Okay, so it seems they aren't going to mention the kissing. Yeah, they won't bring it up. Okay. So, da da da. Believe. That would be a terrible sight. How cruel. We are stuck, but I saw other corridors. Oh, okay, you stay there. Splitting up is dangerous. Should I come with you? No, stay here. Be careful. I never saw him before, so he may be. That is nonsense. I know my weakness. This is not one of them. I was worried. What was his name that way? He said chasing dreams, blah blah. What? But they literally just kissed. Why is he still mean? Okay, he's here. Okay, and it seems they still have their spicy tension together, if that makes sense. Yeah, but like other than that, nothing much changed. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, so it seems like if you don't have enough connection with him, it doesn't let you like develop more, like it doesn't let you have more options when you talk to him. But if you build a connection with him, then you do get the option to like have that spicy tension with him. Looks like the dev preferred the Tyrion Christianship over Maria. Yeah, I think so too, to be honest. Never mind. I mean, with Maria, he only kissed her. Like, she only kissed him, and it wasn't like intentional. It was more like, ooh, he was caught off guard. But with Christian, it was it was intense. Lol. Tell the truth. I remember Tyrion well. I do not need to rely on anyone. It only distracts me. Leia's gaze slowly dropped to the floor. She gave only a brief nod in response. Blah blah. But I recall somewhat thou said thou never saw him, no one at all. Thus thou knowest not the mistress of the manor either. I am not acquainted with her, but I... Drawing closer to Maria. Okay. Okay, actually I do prefer the ship with Christian. I don't know, I think it was more interesting, to be honest. I do prefer Christian over than Maria. But either way, it was very good. It was really nice. Like, I do recommend this game. I would give it 8 out of 10 just because of Christian. And just because of that one scene. But yeah, other than that, it was actually fun. I do like it. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to my stream and thank you guys for watching. It was actually fun. Either way, Amy Dijawi, enjoy it. Lol, you cut to me. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have a good evening. And how do you say it? Have a lovely night. Bye bye.